And we're live.
Yeah, hell yeah, we live.
Recording. It is Sunday night, July 16th, 12:42 a.m.
And this is Republic Today, republictoday.net. We're vlog casting from the Pacific Northwest. My name is Skull, and I'm accompanied by Jay.
Hi, that's me. So today we were talking about hot sauce. So I made burgers. I have like a quarter of a burger, maybe a third. Um,
We're doing visual.
there was
Visual.
visual. I'll describe it. It is a pretzel bun toasted to perfection. On each side, there is Dijon whole seed mustard, some avocado, sliced avocado, and some veganese. Follow your heart. There are Beyond Burgers, cooked to perfection as well. Everything that's cooked is to perfection because that's the way it goes. And then there's mushrooms. Skull here got a variant with tofurkey, a little bit of pan fried tofurkey, and I got a variant.
No patty, sub tofurkey.
I got a variant. No tofurkey, but
I had a patty.
Frank's.
Frank's
Yeah,
hot sauce.
because I already explained the base.
Hot sauce.
Anyway, so Skull here was like, I don't know, we were talking about like crispiness on the burger because there should have been something crispy.
A veg, you like lettuce. I like
Whatever.
lettuce on burgers, right?
I fucked up. I
No,
don't
no, no,
have
no.
anything in the fridge.
Jay
Skull
made
refuses to go grocery shopping. Let's be honest here.
right. Jay
Anyway.
made some great burgers. And burgers different. So okay. So everybody gets to take turns making specials at my job, right? And there's like it's supposed to be like an appetizer, an entree, and like a dinner salad. But this is all just made up post COVID, whatever. I've had 4 managers in less than a year at that job. So let me just throw that out there. And so last week, they said, oh, it's a Swiss cheese and grilled onions burger. And I'm like, okay, how about like a patty melt? What if we put that on sourdough? And so the cook was like, okay, and they put it on sourdough, but like with a regular lettuce, tomato, onion setup, or lettuce, tomato, pickle setup, like, and then it would have been raw onions, but instead, I was like, no, no, no. So every time I rang one in, I modified it to like no tomatoes, no lettuce, so that it would just come out like a patty melt. And then today, the special was grilled onions, mushrooms, and Swiss. So it was the same. I don't know. It's like children making stuff up, amateur restaurant time. But it can be busy enough, and they pay like extra hourly, so it's a good job. I don't mean to complain about the job, but I was just talking about burger setups, and you can have a burger with mushrooms, like parmesan, mustard, veganese, and like that's a good burger combo right there. You could name that. You could name that the hard combo, or yeah. Let's see. The heart to heart. You could name it the yeah. I don't know. If it was a cocktail, you would name it a song title. I've worked at 2 bars now that like were very committed to song title names as their specialty cocktail menu, which is always some citrus sweetener and a spirit. Like it's not. I don't know. I like classic cocktails. I like making cocktails for people. I like when someone asks for a cocktail, I can bang it out because I know how to make it. I know how to make it good, and it's my version. So you ask for a mojito, I'm like, all right, I'm crushing ice. Now, the Hilton, or I'm sorry, my jobs, Marriott, the Marriott Applebee's mojito, whatever, like they don't use crushed ice, and it's an extra step. But I decided I was gonna try tonight. I was like, I'm gonna crush this with the mint together, and and there's different techniques with muddling mint. You can muddle it more or less or whatever. I'm shaking it. I like soda water. I want a little bit of effervescence in that. There was a commercial that said Bacardi Mojito, mint, lime, sugar, right? And they're using soda water on that motherfucker. Anyway, I do like bartending. I like selling alcohol. I'll sell someone else's alcohol. Like, I feel empowered. I feel like, I don't know, selling other people's food. Then I'm the middleman, and there's a kitchen making it. And so, like, I don't like I'm selling food as a necessary thing that I do that I don't like to do for the dough, because it's just that much more dough, and it is similar to bartending. And with minimum wage laws, COVID, whatever, there's so many bartending serving hybrid jobs now. It's harder to specialize in just doing one, and so a lot of servers end up having to jump behind the bar and bartend too, because at least in Washington State, where we are in the PN dub,
BT dub.
it's here in California, Washington, California, have these really high tipped minimum wage, so that you're making, over $15 an hour plus tips, whereas it's federal minimum wage in some states, which is what, 7.15, 7.25, 7.50, I don't know, whatever, something like that, plus tips. And so you're dividing tips by a lot more people in those low minimum wage states, because it costs the employer half as much per person. So if you want to provide better service to your guests, and you're in Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, these kind of places, like, you would have 4 servers on. Each server could get 3 tables. But if you're in Washington, you might have 1 server on, and that server gets 12 tables. And so they're making a lot more tips because the minimum wage is higher. Whereas if you're down in Louisiana, you might have 2, 3, 4 people doing the work of 1 person up here. Mm-hmm. And then you're splitting those tips 2, 3, 4 ways, mm-hmm, instead of having 1 person make them. Anyway, that's what I got tonight. Republic Today, republictoday.net.
And to circle it back around. So we were talking about slaw or something crunchy in the burger. And I was like, ooh, something spicy. And Skull here was like, oh, you and your spicy. And I was like, well, damn. I'm not the one drinking bottles of hot sauce around here. Anyway, so that was the point of that. And then we got into, like, tipped workers and minimum wage, federal versus state minimum wage, which, like, why don't we just raise the federal minimum just across the board? Like, why aren't we all just making $20 an hour? Let's be honest here. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the economic repercussions of that. Like,
would rent just go up proportionally?
Yeah, there are some areas that have, like, housing or rents for whatever, for affordable costs, according to, like, whatever, my brain, I guess. And, I mean, I'm sure it's proportionate, like, to those that work in that area, that it is, like, just, more within the range, like, as far as, like, I wouldn't say it's affordable. I don't think it's affordable based on, like, minimum wage per area, just because I think we are ass backwards in, our society of, like, what people can afford and what things cost and how much people actually make and how much they have to work and all that. Like, I don't know. I'm going to do some research on that probably, but anyway, Skull's mouth is very full of burg that I made. I'm Jay. I made burgers. burgers, veggie burgers. They're vegan burgers even. I've been really rocking the Costco.
Do they have pretzel buns at Costco?
I keep looking and I haven't seen any pretzel buns for those of you who are interested. I don't remember the brand, but I'm going to call them Pretzillas. I don't know why I want to call them that, but anyway, it's like a dinosaur. Because that's what Godzilla is, right? Is Godzilla a dinosaur? Kaiju. That's the word. Kaiju.
Godzilla is like a dinosaur.
But he's a lizard, maybe.
Aren't all dinosaurs lizards?
They?
Mm-hmm.
Dinosaurs, lizards. I don't know. I thought dinosaurs just referred to like the time period that they were all alive. Because you could have like a pterodactyl.
Reptiles.
A pterodactyl is more like a bird,
flying
right?
reptile.
Like, yeah,
Also, shout out. I got a shout out, unrelated.
Mm-hmm.
She-Hulk MCU. Shout out to Trish A. Standard, Unit Production Manager, and shout out to Victor Ho, Unit Production Manager. We're gonna include that in the description.
All right, it's going in the description.
Possibly.
Yeah, it is, because I listen to them and I write the descriptions. Sometimes I just give up at the beginning and then I just am like, fuck it. But this one, it's gonna go up there. But, yeah, I don't know. I think I wanted to give an update. I did do some research on, cottage food prep law, for the state of Washington. And I did see like a secret insider tip. So they have like, an income restriction, by the way. Skull? There's an income restriction of, it's posted right now at $25,000 a year. And they bumped it up to $35,000, which is still like kind of shitty. But yeah, anyway, for those of you who don't know, cottage food prep licenses are for like folks who, I don't know, are maybe like craft or hobby food preppers who like make baked goods, and who make like dry mixes, so that could be things like spice mixes or tea blends, or there's one more. I can't think of it right now. Oh, fruit preserves, stuff like that.
Ranch.
There's probably another one. Not
cheese
ranch.
dressing. Specifically
not things that can be canned and that like need refrigeration. And I understand that everyone who's watching and listening
Fruit
right now
preserves
are going to argue that like ranch or barbecue sauce or whatever don't need to be refrigerated. I get it. Look, listen. So, there is like an acidity, like neutralization or whatever, preservation process. And that requires like a pH balance, and that is regulated differently, and that's why it doesn't qualify under the cottage law.
So it seems like cottage law is not something we're gonna get into.
I think it might
cottage
be
industry.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, we have stuff to think about. You maybe learned something. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Do we need to learn things in life?
We do learn things on this show.
We need to learn things in life, I think.
On the show.
But that's all I have. Do you have anything else that you would like to share? All right. No. For the record, no. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again soon. Please like, comment, and subscribe. What is the name again? Republic Today! RepublicToday.net.
It's not up and running.
But we're on the YouTubes. Watch us. Live recorded.